How to get sales today? It's very important because many things are changing fast. We are living in a new world when AI search is coming, and old methods that you use for a long time, probably you don't need to use it. You need to change it or adapt. We have different opinions. Someone can say SEO is still geo. It's totally the same. Someone can say no, geo is something new. We can figure it out today with Adrian Newman. How are you?
I'm good, Anatoly. How are you?
I'm doing great. I check out your website content, and what I can see, you pay attention to sales, to get leads, because I see when marketers chase volume, traffic, or anything like that, that don't bring sales. Because I remember when I wrote an article, how to earn money online, we got a lot of traffic, plus 1,000 people every single day. But my sales team asked me, please remove it, because many people reach out to us and ask how to earn money. They are not our target audience. Adrian, before we start, just tell more about your self-experience background and how you can help today customers to get sales.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like, I feel like a lot of people focus on what it's called the vanity metrics, right? Like they like to see their rankings go up and ranking, and then they don't get any kind of conversions. They don't get leads coming in. So really, what I've been doing, and I've been doing this since 2012, at least the digital side of things, 2012. I've been in marketing since 1997, so like the late 1900s, as I like to call it. We like it's just all about making sure that you know what the end game is, right? Like that's always what I always like to do with focusing with my customers and anybody that I speak to. What's the end game? Do you care if you're number one, but you're not getting any revenue in, you're not getting any sales in? What does that do for you? It's like having your store open with no cash register, right? So that's what that's what like I like to simplify it that way because I feel like it's the best way to get it my point across because I do mostly marketing for small to mid-sized businesses. The majority of the stuff I work on is in the Toronto area, Toronto, Canada area. And the key here is like while SEO used to be about Google rankings and making sure you're high up and everything like that, really the end game is getting revenue in the door. I'm sure you can agree with that.
Yeah, of course, of course. I have a few projects, and we basically increased ranking positions 3 times, but traffic dropped 3 times as well. So,
Right?
but the most important element, we didn't lose sales. So we still have sales. So we lost some top funnel. That's perfectly fine. Okay, we can feed ChatGPT and Google AI mod with this traffic. Okay, they can eat it, but we need sales. Basically, AI chats are great, but they don't produce products, so
Mhm.
they still need to recommend. And for us, it's important today. Even with AI agents that we have today, sometimes customers don't visit websites. They can buy directly from ChatGPT and Google AI mod or Gemini or any other models. Perplexity have the same models. So who cares if people visit or not? We care
Mhm.
about sales if we have the sales. Adrian, I check out your website. It's interesting. Remember when I started, I paid a lot of attention to focus. But today, I think when many experts can say SEO is not like search engine optimization, it's more about search everywhere optimization. We started to pay attention to video marketing, to email marketing, to many other things, to social media. Can you tell your methods? Because I check out on your website, you can help with website development on WordPress, e-commerce. You can help with social media, about with SEO. So can you tell how you focus on all these things?
So that's a really good question, and really it all goes back to kind of like almost like turning the funnel upside down, right? Focus on what the end game is. Okay, so that's how we do it. So when I work with a client, we look at what their number one goal is. So for example, if a client has already a fantastic website, let's say their website is fast loading, it has a lot of conversion points, and they're getting conversion rates. They don't have to worry about that, and I can sit there and I can create an analysis for them and a proposal that's going to say, okay, look, this is where your weaknesses are, and this is how we're going to strengthen them. So, for example, they might not have a good social presence. They might not have any kind of paid ads, even though their competitors are doing great on Google Ads or Meta Ads. So that's what I like to do. So yeah, it's kind of tough to focus on when you offer so many different things. And the benefit is I have a great team. I have a wonderful web developer. I have a fantastic editorial team, strategy team. So I really depend on them to do a lot of the work. But when it comes to analyzing a specific customer need, the key is what is the end game, right? Like, what do you want to get from your digital marketing? Leads, subscribers, downloads, purchases, right? You tell me, and then we work backwards from there.
Yeah, that's nice. You mentioned about your team. I have questions from my audience about how to start today. So basically, let me clarify more about that. I mean, like for a long time, big companies were looking for interns who can do some simple tasks, manual job. So interns can acquire experience to become experts in one day. Companies could solve some simple problems that required human touch. But today, what we can see, many companies are looking for AI agents who can replace these simple tasks, including my company. To be honest, I want to admit we laid off some people because AI can replace them. That was tough for me, really tough. I understand it's tough for others to find another job, anything like that, but it's reality. It's reality because we need to compete with all other companies. We need to produce products to save some expenses. But according to data, big companies laid off a lot. For example, Amazon did it today, 60,000 people,
Yeah, I saw that.
60,000 people because of AI. So Microsoft laid off 9,000 people, IBM 8,000, a lot of people, very smart people, because it's really tough to join these companies if you're not great mind, if you don't know a lot of things. So Adrian, can you tell how you find people, and are you going to lay off them, or I know it's provocative question, you don't need to reply, but anyway, so your methods how to find the right people who can go with you for a long time.
Yeah, it's so like for example, my senior developer's been with me for 10 years plus. If he ever sees this, he's probably going to tell me the exact time he's been with us. Our editorial team, they've been with me. Like a few of them have been with me doing other things. So just so you know, we started out as a publishing company. We started out as the digital marketing department of one of Canada's largest independent financial publishing companies. So that's how we built. We started doing their digital marketing. We figured we can do this for somebody else. So let's offer it as a separate business. We incorporated it as a separate business, and away we went. So I was able to take people who had already experience, who have worked with in the past, and brought them on board. Now to say though, on the flip side, yes, we've had some benefits with AI, right? So there's some AI agents definitely help with us. The key here though is AI is still so infantile, right? It's still Wild West. It's still, you don't know if what you're getting is accurate. So I just did a video on AI hallucinations, how getting the reference material from AI stuff sometimes is wrong. So I always like to onboard people who are very inquisitive and intelligent. So people who will look at things in depth. So that way, if you're doing stuff on AI, you have somebody who will question it, who will look at it and review it and say, okay, what's going on here? That's what I like to see. Will some of these folks, so I've had interns before. We've had lots of interns actually. And unfortunately, yeah, like a lot of the stuff, the basic stuff, AI can do. But if you can have that person review it, ask questions, improve it, check it, make sure that it's working properly, do QA, then it is valuable to have that human touch. But I agree though, it makes more sense nowadays to scale down and get lean.
Yeah. Adrian, let's talk about AI evolution that we have today, probably revolution, I don't know. I mean, like, I remember when ChatGPT was released, many experts, I don't remember how many experts, but probably plus 90% of them said that AI can't replace humans. It's impossible for AI. Most people could say that because AI generated some useless content, low quality. Even Google in the beginning, I remember, had this policy against AI content, and Google changed during the time. But the last time, I can see less and less people can say that. many experts, real big names can say that AI can write better than them. They admitted that big journalists, bloggers can say, no, AI can write better because AI can write in 1,000 styles. You can ask different styles, you can submit different prompts, you can get great results. But AI still need a driver. It's a good machine, but a good machine should be with a good driver. So today, I can admit I get biggest results, most highest results with AI content. So we generate real great content, including social media, including SEO. We get real great results. I never disallow my team to use AI. I tell them, use AI. If you can bring quality, who cares the method of creating this content? If you can bring quality, but when I cooperate with some people who don't have writing background, for example, we have some clients in accounting niche that can cooperate with Fortune 500 companies, big companies. They know everything about accounting, plus 20 years of experience, everything. But they don't know how to write. So they use ChatGPT, just generate some useless stuff. Nothing special because they don't understand about how to create non-boring content, readable content, many things. They just set up generic prompts. So Adrian, what your thoughts about AI-generated content today?
Yeah, so I think one of the main skills that a lot of people don't have is how to prompt AI, right? The exact like you said, you still need a good driver, right? So you can't just put into ChatGPT or Perplexity or anything like that. Write me a story about a bakery in Toronto. Like, you can't just have that. You need to have you need to have the right prompt in there. You need to be able to tell it exactly how you want it written, and that's a skill in itself. Okay, because it's not like anybody can create something in AI just with one single prompt. You need training. I know some people who actually offer AI training. They offer now how to do the prompts and how to properly make sure you're doing things right with all the various tools, because now there's so many tools too. You don't have just text, right? You have video, you have audio, you have imagery, right? You have everything. Like, you can lay out your entire content calendar in 5 seconds on AI. But is it going to be beneficial for your business, for your engagement on your social media, right? So if you don't ask the right questions, if you don't put it in the right prompt. So I think if you know exactly what you're doing in AI, how to prompt the AI to deliver exactly what you want, that's optimal or going to get the optimal results for you, then you're using it properly. But if you're just throwing stuff against the wall and saying, oh, wow, this is great, I got this now, this is amazing, and then it's obvious that there's some issues with it, mistakes, that's where you have to have a human being go through and review it, maybe make changes to it, maybe adapt it a little bit.
Yeah, I remember when I spoke with Jim Edwards. He worked in Business Insider for 10 years. And he started on this company from scratch when company was nothing. Then after 10 years, the company was sold for $500 million. And he told me that success of Business Insider depends on creating non-boring content. So, I mean, like, you can bring value, you can share a lot of value, but if it's boring, people leave it. Bounce rate is high on TikTok, on YouTube, everywhere. If it's boring from the beginning, people just bounce.
Exactly. You have 2 seconds, right? You have a couple seconds to make sure that you're engaging somebody. That's why it's called a hook, right? Like, you're hooking them in. You've got to get them in. So yeah.
Okay. I want to share my screen for someone who can listen to this podcast. I just tell what I'm doing by now. So basically, I made a website audit for your website, Numero Uno Web.com. So you can find the link on the description below. I just want to ask Adrian about freshness content. So before I ask this question, I just want to show how it works. Basically, I don't know, I can randomly choose one article on your website. It opens this article in my content editor. And then we started to use one thing. So basically, it takes the entire content from your article. And if I click AI search, the process started. what kind of process? It started to update your content according to competitors' gaps, to fresh insights, to best practices, geo, SEO, anything like that. And we got real great results by updating content, because freshness is very important today. According to data, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google prefer to rank fresh content. So even content over an year or even 6 months in some cases can become obsolete. Adrian, can you tell what you think about fresh content? How it's important today to do it?
I think it's extremely important. So I'm gonna let you guys in a little secret. So all the blog posts, or the latest blog posts, I'm gonna say the blog posts over the past year, okay, were basically my YouTube video scripts rehashed into blog posts. I do a long form YouTube video, sometimes twice a week, mostly now once a week. I'll do a long form. I'll create a fresh long form video. So, for example, yesterday I did the one that is going to be made live next Wednesday. There's going to be one that's going to be, I think I scheduled it to come out at 5 p.m. today. That was the optimal time. So how important is fresh content? Very important. There's two things I look at, right? Number one is fresh current content, right? Dealing with everything that is a current, that is newsy, that is in with the trends. And the second thing, of course, is evergreen content. Things that, you know, somebody can go back to, or that even Google, when they crawl, can look at and say, this is authoritative. This still has value to it. But you want to make sure that you are, in my opinion, posting at least. So what I recommend to our clients, and what we do for our clients, minimum we do three content blog pieces per month, plus one static page per month. So 4 pieces of content monthly. That's my recommendation at a bare minimum, to maintain freshness of your site, to maintain visibility and a sense of authority as well in your industry.
Yeah. Okay, Adrian, let me show a new article, updated article of your blog post.
Looks hot.
Yeah, I mean, like, let me scroll a little bit. I don't know. So AI can generate content today, not only the text, but design, including HTML code, everything. So AI can do, but it works good when if you just generate any content. For example, let's imagine I wanna write a new article about how to lose weight. So I'm not sure that I can get great results. But if you have existing content, it's like your first prompt, your existing content, and please update just some insights, learn competitors' gaps, and create design, user-friendly design. So, and it works great. From our side, we have great results by updating content, because it's a big issue today, even including our website. We don't have resources to update all this content. That is why we decided to update content with AI. So, I don't think it's a good idea to write from scratch, but it's a very good idea to update content with AI. So yeah, just Adrian, what do you think about that?
Well, I think too is that and the one thing that I always hear, and even from a specific client once, where I mentioned to him about his content, he's like, I don't have time to do this. And I'm like, you don't need time to do it. You can get you can do this, right? And I feel that, like, what it is the inability of people to understand what their potential is, first of all, with the increase in technology with AI, first of all. But secondly, if you're passionate about your business, which and a lot of the business I deal with, like I said, small to mid-sized businesses. So I'm dealing with people who might have maybe the owners, or the very least of the principals. They're very, very, very passionate about their business. So if I were to ask them, for example, like, tell me a little bit about this specific product. How did you come up with this product? And why did you come up with this product? They could probably talk to me for half an hour straight without me asking them, without me getting a word in. And yet they tell me they don't have time, or they can't think of things to say for their content. A half an hour video of somebody talking about their business, in my opinion, or at least in my experience, you could probably create 10 blog posts from that. Even in AI, if you went and said, into AI and said, turn this video into 10 blog posts, it would do it. And then you
Yeah.
can expand it from there. And you're right. That's how easy it is to do. And then as long as you, like I said, as long as you have somebody going through it, reviewing it, making sure, okay, you know what, this is accurate, this isn't accurate, this source material is fake, this is a hallucination, we got to get rid of that. We don't do this, we don't do that, so let's get rid of that, or let's add in things. There's so many great things, and you're right, it doesn't take too long.
Yeah. Adrian, can you tell about your strong side? So basically, I spoke plus 800 experts on this podcast, including Ren Fishkill, Neil Patel, real big names, Lily Ray. And what I can see, everyone can have own strong side, and pay attention to that. Can you tell why you are better than others? I mean, like, what is your strong side?
So the one thing that I really pride ourselves in, and like I said before, we started as the digital marketing arm of a publishing company. So when I started in this business, I was doing direct marketing through the mail, direct mail advertising. Okay. We had a lot of content writers. We were writing newsletters and books and everything like that. We were publishing. And my experience has always been writing to humans. Okay. And when I say that, I mean getting emotional response or getting valuable information. What we've been able to do since 2012, and a lot of our clients have been with us since 2012. So that's
Wow.
14 years. Okay. But even the ones that have been with us since, let's say, 2020 or 2018 or anything like that, the content that we have been writing for them is now showing up in the AI search results in ChatGPT. So, for example, I've had many clients tell me when they put in ChatGPT who's the best, whatever their business is, they're showing up first. And the benefit is that we were always writing for customer intent as opposed to Google algorithm. That's what our priority was always on customer intent. And as you know now, Google is focusing more on customer intent, and all the LLMs, they're focusing on customer intent. And that's been showing up. So we've had multiple clients come to me and say, I'm showing up on ChatGPT as one of the things, or I'm showing up in the AI overviews. This is fantastic. How did that happen? I'm like, well, it's because of the content that we've been writing for you since 2018 or since 2014, 2012. So that's what I'm very proud of, is the amount of great content and strategy that we use to build that, to help our clients kind of get in the door early on AI without having to catch up, which many of their competitors have to.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's a big mistake when companies are looking how to acquire new customers and don't pay too much attention to existing customers, because you can double sales with existing customers who can become loyal, who believe and trust you, because acquiring costs 5 times more. So yeah, if you can retain customers, it's the biggest asset that you can have. You don't need a lot of marketing, because customers who love your products will recommend, and word of mouth is the biggest marketing channels ever. Adrian.
And totally, I'm very even proud to say that, we had customers, look, 2020 with COVID, 2021, 2022, like they were bad years, right? Like things started to drop, small to mid-sized businesses up here in Canada suffered a lot. They suffered, a lot of different issues with regards to, not being able to fulfill services because of the lockdowns and stuff like that. Well, I'm very proud to say that we've had a few, and like more than a few, customers who had to leave us back then come back. So like, for example, last year, I had 3 customers who were with us in the past come back because they realized the value that we were giving them.
Yeah, that's nice. Adrian, let's talk about non-SEO methods, because today SEO like search everywhere optimization. So, and like a few months ago, I got 4 emails from Neil Patel, and from Neil Patel Digital. I don't think that Neil Patel spent time to write these emails, but so basically, I got 4 emails from his company, and all these emails proposed me speakers who can speak on this podcast. So, and what I can say about these emails, that was not called outreach. That was not human written. That was what I can call it like AI personalization. Basically, AI learn me and personalize this message. And that was nonsense because the message was sharing like we can listen your podcast, we love it. So I don't think that AI does it, but I don't care. I care about speakers who can bring value. So if people can bring value to this podcast, listen or not, I don't care. So, but Adrian, it's like new reality when we have a lot of AI messages on social media, on email, everywhere, and sometimes AI can speak with AI because nobody knows the final connection between them. So what do you think about AI personalization today?
About AI personalization?
Yeah.
What do I think about it? I think it's an inevitable offshoot of it, right? Like everything that has always come with marketing has always been improved with personalization. So like I said before, I was in direct mail way back when, and when direct mail was happening, I remember going to shows, and one of the big trends was the auto pen, right? That they had, where they would handwrite people's names on direct mail packages. So you would get a piece of mail, and you would open it up, and it would have a Post-it note that would say, Adrian, I need you to check this out. Handwritten in pen. Personalization. Fast forward to email marketing. Of course, everybody knows that the more you personalize in email marketing, the better response you're going to get. So if you put something in there that is geared to me, whether it's putting my name in it, that's basic. But if you're doing stuff with regards to my locality, my buying behavior, of course, the abandoned cart emails, everything like that happens, those are valuable. So what do I think about personalized AI? I think it's just a natural evolution. I think it's always anything that happens with regards to marketing to people, with regards to technology, is always going to include personalization, and it's nothing you can do to stop it. You just have to be intelligent about it as the end user. Look at it and say, okay, like you did, right? You see Neil's email, you realize, okay, this is not from Neil Matala. This is an AI generated personalization. But that's the thing, is that but the only issue is for you and me on a B2B side, that's fine. B2C, sometimes what happens is it can be used nefariously, right? So you don't want to have, obviously, like anything else can be used nefariously. Email marketing is classic, right? How many times have you gotten an email from a Nigerian prince asking you, for your bank account information so they can put $10 million into it?
Yeah,
it happens, right? So I guess what I'm saying is I think as far as the future goes, I think it's a good thing if it's done correctly. But just like everything else, falls in the wrong hands, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah, I often get these propositions to give me loans like $5 million, $10 million. I'm just waiting for $100 million. That is why I don't accept all these propositions. All of them without obligations, without fee, without anything, without hard checking.
It's amazing.
So,
I get requests for proposals all the time, in which I would have to deal with not with the company, but they've hired a marketing person. So what happens is they pay the marketing person. That marketing person, I have to pay the marketing person X amount of dollars, but they're going to send me back a portion of it. I get 5 a day, at least 5 a day.
Yeah, nice. Okay, Adrian, about social media. We started to use this channel a lot, especially for one project. We got much better ranking positions, but traffic dropped 3 times as well. That was good traffic. And we started to pay attention to video marketing with AI-generated videos. That was mixed. It's not like completely AI-generated videos, but the biggest surprise was Facebook. I didn't expect that Facebook can bring any organic reach, but Facebook can bring plus 1 million views weekly for our AI-generated videos. Then we started to learn more and got it. I mean, like, I remember when Mark Zuckerberg decreased engagement for brands in 2016, if I remember correctly. The main goal was from Facebook to share posts from friends, family members, but today, when Facebook launched Reels to compete with TikTok, they don't have enough content, but demand is high. That is why they give real crazy organic reach. We got we have plus 1 million views for just simple videos, nothing special. I don't want to say the useless video. Yeah, these videos bring value, but I can't name them real great videos. So Adrian, can you tell where you pay attention to social media, how you can help customers on social media?
So it all depends on the audience, okay, and what you're offering. Okay, so for example, the way I look at things is that, with video marketing and with boosting posts, for example, on things like Instagram, it all depends on your audience. So like there are clients that I have that said, okay, what do you think about doing an Instagram campaign? You're not an Instagram company. I don't care. You're just not. And the reason I tell them that is that's not their audience. So I look at I kind of look at the the Gary V model, right? That you can create content for all the platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Snapchat, whatever. But you have to make them different because the channel is different. You can say the same thing or you can get essentially the same message. But if you're not tailoring it for that audience a little bit, right? Like, the people who if I'm offering SEO services, for example, on a Facebook ad, first of all, I probably wouldn't do a Facebook ad for SEO services. I'd probably put that on LinkedIn. But if your audience is on Facebook, and if you have people, for example, that you could hit on TikTok, the younger generation on TikTok, the older generation on Facebook, the professionals on LinkedIn, you just need to tailor it a little bit. So my advice for anybody who's doing social media is to first of all, do it organically first. Always test organic first. Don't spend a dime on the platforms until you've tested your stuff organically to see what kind of engagement you get, see what kind of reach that you get. Get your channel built up first. Post content on a regular basis. Make sure you're doing it on try all the channels, but focus on the ones you think your audience is going to be at, right? So for example, if you're health and wellness, I would do Facebook, right? If you're hitting senior side. If you're doing something that's geared towards people who are, 20 to 25 years old, go to TikTok, right? If you're B2B, use LinkedIn, etc. But just make sure you're doing first a lot of organic. Make sure you're doing it consistently. Track your numbers. See that engagement. Then start small. Do maybe a couple boosts there. And then if you want to say, okay, you know what? I've got something here. I've got some content that has worked. Repurpose it for a paid campaign, and then go for it.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, Gary Vee is really good. He's really good. But what I can say about him, it's not that I'm right or wrong, but he recommends to post content everywhere all the time. But I see on this strategy when people lose focus. For example, when I see a new study about Reddit, and 1,000 people can go to Reddit to generate some useless stuff with AI. But if some experts spend the entire day on Reddit, they know everything about Reddit, about the audience, about the type of content creation. I know some people who can just post on LinkedIn. I don't remember the name of this guy. So basically, he gets the most biggest engagement on LinkedIn confirmed a few times. So he beat a world record on LinkedIn. He spoke on this podcast, and it's interesting about him. He posts only one photo or some motivational post on LinkedIn, nothing else. He got contracts with Microsoft, $1 million contracts with big companies, because he's strongly focusing. And he said me, he doesn't chase any trends. He doesn't chase any case studies, because he knows it's better to become the best in one thing than try to beat everyone everywhere. I don't know how Gary Vee can do it.
No, but the thing is okay. So Gary Vee's totally different, right? He's a maniac, right?
Like Elon Musk.
But if you're not okay, look, if you're not testing things on a regular basis, because like I said, I come from a direct marketing background where we always would test different things, right? So you want at the very least, you have the ability, and it's free, right? Like I said, to test on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok. You can do all these things. You can test creative, you can test offer and everything like that. And if it doesn't work on one platform, then you can abandon it. If it works on another platform, then you put all your chips into it. right? You make sure that you are focusing on that. And I totally agree with the focus side of things. And I also agree with posting. Like, I don't want people to think that you should be mass posting, right? But like I said before, you can talk to somebody about their business and they can ramble off for an hour on all the benefits of their business. And you can probably take that and create multiple posts on that. Just say, if you said to that person, look, if you just talked to me for 60 minutes, that's 60 YouTube shorts that you could have had there. I'm not saying it's going to be exactly 60,
Yeah.
but I guarantee that if you're running a business, at least every day, you would have a minute or even 30 seconds where you can say, hey, you know what? I just noticed, for example, up here, we just got a ton of snow, right? 2 feet of snow, right? So one of our clients, they do snow removal. They do commercial snow removal. Can he take his phone out and just quickly do, hey, look, you know what? I'm here. Here's this massive parking lot, and just do a time lapse of him clearing the parking lot and putting it on social media. You don't think that would get at least some engagement? Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. But it's worth the test because it's a solid, it's a solid idea that would get that, and they could keep doing stuff like that. And that's what I'm all about. I'm not about quantity versus quality. I'm all about quality, 100%. But I think that a lot of people have the quantity in them for quality information.
Yeah, nice. I found his name. His name Jasmine Alec, guys. So if you wanna check out his LinkedIn account, he posts his photo every single day with some motivational message, and he gets plus 2,000 messages in one post. So he's good with that because of paying attention to one specific direction. He doesn't try to beat everyone everywhere in all other channels, but he became the best in just one post. So, yeah. And by the way, about quality versus quantity, I remember when someone asked Gary Vaynerchuk about that, and he said that quality is subjective, and he recommends to post a lot without paying attention to quality, because you can improve your quality after having experience of posting. So if you post a lot, you can become better each time, a little bit, every single day. It's like training, like great soccer players, basketball players, they train every single day to become great professionals in one day. So I mean, like, it's a little bit controversial about quantity versus quality.
Yeah, and I think, and he's right. Quality is subjective, but here's the thing, and this is something that I just kind of realized over the past year, and that is some basic concepts that I think are rudimentary, that I think are so simple to grasp. Other people might not look at that as something, as they may have no idea what I'm talking about, right? And it's like, if you're an expert in something, you need to, I know, I'm not going to say dumb it down, but what you need to do is kind of step back to where you were as a beginner and put that out there, right? So, like you have to think of, it's just like every marketing, you have to think like your customer. And so for example, okay, I love playing golf. I'm not a great golfer, but I've taken lessons before. I know certain things that you have to do. If I go to watch videos, I'm going to say, 50% minimum of the videos are the basics that I already know. And I think, God, I already know this. But when you see the engagement on these things, it's high engagement. I didn't know that. And you have to kind of take into account that 99% of your video watchers or your social media followers or anybody that's listening to you probably don't know the step one, the earliest stuff. Don't be afraid to repeat it. That is quality. Yeah. Okay. Like it's simple things. Like, when how to, like, look, I know how to cook pasta. I know how to cook pasta really well. But if I were to teach somebody to do it, I would start from like, okay, first you want to do is make sure you put water in the pot. Next thing you want to put salt. It's so simple. But a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you had to put salt in your pasta water.
Yeah.
Right.
Adrian, I have my final questions, but important questions for my audience and including myself. I want to get back a little bit to SEO because we acquired audience on this direction mostly. And I want to ask about your opinion about what can become obsolete today, like anything like keyword research, volume, any metrics that you can feel can become obsolete or become obsolete soon, or impact is low, and where we need to pay attention, what can become real big thing today or tomorrow.
So I think the main thing that I think is getting to be obsolete is the basic SERP, right? The basic Google ranking. Like you're ranking number one for your specific keyword. I feel like that is now obsolete, and not only, there's so many reasons why. First of all, the organic position is now moved down, right? Like you used to be right at the top.
Yeah.
Now, it's moved down the sponsored links, the AI overviews, the local pack, right? That's all pushing everything down. So I feel like, I'm ranking number one for this keyword just isn't a big deal anymore. I feel like what you need to be focusing on, and like I said at the beginning, conversions, 100% conversions. So like we've had clients recently, we know their Google rankings have plateaued. They've stopped, but their conversions are going up. Okay, why? Customer intent, people who are actually searching for what they want, getting there, and then converting, right? Either filling in the form or making the phone call. Depending on the business, if you're a local business, I think the Google business profile is still huge for a local business. I think optimizing a Google business profile properly, consistently, is key to success for a local business.
Yeah.
Most clients who are local need to make sure that they're showing up on people's phones in the map pack, ready to go with a clear call to action on there, whether it's click to call, visit the website, fill in a form, whatever it is, it's got to be there. For larger businesses that don't depend on local, I think it's if you look at the search results, is to try to be in the AI overviews, to try to establish yourself as an authority. Make sure that you are in there in the things to know, and the people also ask, and the image pack. Obviously, if you're selling something online, you want to be in the e-com, in the shop side of things. But like I said, the traditional ranking number one for a keyword.
Yeah. According to data, I don't remember where I see this information, but ranking number one can become after scrolling 2 times the entire screen. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Right?
you can get all boxes and then you can see this ranking number one. It's like the second page of Google,
Yeah,
for
but
many
I
years.
still get clients that are asking me, how can I rank higher on here? How can I rank higher on here? But I also get clients who tell me, like I said, they say, how come we're not ranking higher, but our conversions are going up? And the other thing too is understanding, like I said, the whole consumer intent, right? You have transactional, right? You have informational, you have navigational, you have commercial intent, right? You have those 4 intent. The key here is, where do you want to be? Like, who do you want to grab? If you want to just informational intent to build your authority, perfect. Blogs, make sure your site's done. Make sure you are creating that. Was it the Google EEAT compliance? I guess would be the way to say it. But if you really wanted to focus on what numbers are working, you've got to work on conversions, on what your end goal is. If it's sales, it's sales. If it's leads, see how many leads are coming in, right? And if your conversion rates are going up, if your search volume is dropping because the search volume is dropping, but your conversions are going up, then you're in a good spot.
Yeah. By the way, I don't like this metric, search volume. It's the most confusing metric. I check out data. We made analysis in 20 countries. In 19 countries, volume is the most popular metric from all SEO metrics. Only in China. I don't know how in China they can measure volume with their symbols, but
Well, like
19
I do, I try to simplify it. Like, if you had your store packed, if you had a retail store and you had a lineup going outside the door, right? But at the end of the day, you only sold to 2 customers, versus having 50 people show up the entire day, but 25 of them buy. What would you rather have?
Yeah, yeah, awesome, Adrian. And my final question about adaptation. Many webmasters play short games. Short games, they're trying to find the way how to manipulate, to cheat the system, how to get fast results. But they don't know how to become, even if you take any other niche, like how to become an Instagram influencer, like in a few weeks. People spend years. Mr. Beast spent like 7 years to become Mr. Beast. So it doesn't matter what kind of digital marketing, including paid marketing. It doesn't mean that you can just set up Google Ads and get a lot of sales. It's competitive. It's extremely competitive to pay for these clicks. It works well, but if you have recognition, if you have great content, so many things. So can you tell about long game? Can you guide our audience how to play for a long game, like for many years, where to pay attention, about patience? Probably the long strategy of creating content, updating content, promoting content, marketing, link building, anything. Your tips about long game.
Wow. Okay. As somebody, like I said, who's been in this business for 14 years, you do need to you need to be perseverant. You can't quit on yourself. Okay. If you ask anybody who's deemed an overnight success, I guarantee they're going to say, well, I'm not an overnight success. You just didn't hear about me before, but I've been working for 7 years doing X, Y, and Z, and I never gave up. Or maybe there were times I did give up, but then I got back on that horse and I did it. I think when you're running a business, any kind of business, the key is to focus on that long game, is to make sure you have that focus on what you're going to be, not in 2 years, not in a year, but 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. Like I said, like our clients, some of our clients have been with us since day one, or for 8 years or 10 years. The key is to always be striving for longevity. Okay. And the way to do that is to offer value for your clients, for your customers. Make sure that you are valuable enough that they will see, they know they'll see a loss if they leave. Okay. The other thing too is with, like, if you're doing your marketing, is just to keep going with it. We've all fallen in the trap. We look at the numbers every day. How many subscribers do I have? How many likes do I have? How many clicks do I have? People look at their Google ads every day just to see what's going on. Don't ever do that. Like, don't try to look long term. Remember, it's about compounding, right? Building up your business, building up your reputation, and it's not going to happen overnight. It might seem like it when you do hit it big, or when things do work out for you, but the key is the background. You're working hard, you're creating content, you're posting on a regular basis. Yeah, you're going to fall into some traps, you're going to do things wrong, you're going to do things, you're going to have quick wins, you're going to have horrible losses, but like I said, it's going to compound, and then you're going to look back after 5 years and you're going to go, okay, this is starting to work. Or in 5 years, you might be like, okay, I'm not where I want to be yet, but at least I can see some progress. Yeah, and that's what you have to look at.
Yeah, nice. I think customers can't be loyal if competitors can propose something better. So if you have customers for 14 years, that means your competitors can't take them away. So
I'm sure they, and I know actually that they get proposed all the time.
Of course,
right? And I see lawn signs around my house or my office. Google marketing. $2.99. Page 1 of Google, right? All the time. And people ask me too, look, people could get their website done by their nephew in the basement. People get their website done through AI now, right? But why do I have better stuff? Because I understand my customers too. I'm a small to mid-sized business owner, right? So I like dealing with people who are like-minded. I like coming up with ideas. The best thing about my business is when I call a customer and I say to them, hey, I have an idea. I want to try something. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it works, they're so happy because I care about them. And that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
also about building relationships.
Yeah, I think I'm loyal to iPhone because Android can propose me something better. I remember someone said, if you want a loyalty, buy a dog. Only one way how you can have loyalty.
Yeah.
Adrian, thanks a lot for taking part on this podcast, for speaking, for sharing all these valuable bombs. Tell the best way how to keep learning from you, how to reach out to you, how to follow you.
Yep. So, first of all, like I said before, I do YouTube videos once a week now. Long videos, these shorts on a regular basis. So you can go to my YouTube channel, which is at Numero Uno. It's a Numero Uno Web. All the links are on my website, numerounoweb.com. We have Instagram as well. We're on LinkedIn and Facebook, on all the socials. But if you want to get in touch with me directly, I do answer my own emails. I don't use AI for my emails yet. I actually do. I'm the guy that answers. I'm available at a.newman@numerounoweb.com. If you'd like to have a call about your website, maybe what you need to improve, if you've got some questions about marketing, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to schedule a call with you.
Okay, so I subscribe to your channel when you share about your channel because I need value. I know it's very important to get value because our niche is going very fast. We need to adapt. And I recommend to anyone to follow Adrian. So you can find the link on the description below. So if you wanna cooperate with Adrian, just let him know that he found about him on this podcast. Will be very valuable for us. Adrian, welcome back anytime. I enjoyed this episode. You know how to bring value. And guys, please, if you learn anything from my side, from Adrian, from anybody else, execute and implement, because nothing can work without trying things, without failing, tasting, but keep trying before it works. Okay, guys, love you. See you.